What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Night Owl Lacquer's Rainy Day collection. This is a 5-piece set of multi-chrome polishes, and I also have the cream of the month to show you guys. This collection is inspired by a lazy rainy day, which is one of my favorite types of weather, but only when I'm not having to go somewhere, otherwise it irritates me. So let's dive right into the swatches. First up is Impromptu Nap. This is described as a dark gray base with an aqua blue purple multi-chrome shimmer. So all the polishes in this set, all 5 of them, have quite a dusky sort of multi-chrome feel to them. And for opacity, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. These are absolutely going to depend on how you polish. Some of these I took to 3 coats and some I took to 2 coats just to give you guys an idea. But overall, they all apply very, very similar. Now, Impromptu Nap would have to be my top pick in the set. No surprise, again, I'm trying not to be as blue biased as I normally am, but this one is quite glowy in person, and in indoor lighting, it has that really nice bluish sort of aqua appearance to it. I had no problem seeing that nice purple color roll to this. There is a touch of a stronger blue at more extreme angles, but I think what you're mostly going to see with this one is that lighter sort of bluish aqua to purple. Now these all dry down quite flat, so I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat. They are quite pigmented as well, so I'm going to caution you guys and strongly suggest against overworking your coats just to prevent any streaking or any brush strokes, anything like that, and you'll have that nice even look. And next is Lost in a Book. This is a dark gray base with green, turquoise, and blue shimmer. So again, we have this dusky sort of rich type of multi-chrome. Now this one in indoor lighting is going to take on that greenish sort of base. It does have what I'm seeing in person to be just a touch of a somewhat golden sort of cast in the very center of your nail, especially if you have a strong C curve. And what I mean by that is you can see on this nail here, especially on my full hand shot too, you can see that my nails have a very strong curve to them. So if your nails are a touch flatter, you might see just a touch less of a color roll. But if you do have even wide load nail problems like myself, or in general just have that strong curve to your nails, I think you're going to see that really nice, somewhat shifty look in indoor lighting. Now again, this one had no issues having that nice bluish sort of turquoise shift at angles. I would classify this one almost as being a touch more on the duochrome side. And next is Doing Nothing. This is a dark gray base with a dusty rose to violet to green multi-chrome shimmer. So this one's very similar, once again, to the first 2 I showed you guys. Again, they're all apply very, very similar. They have this strong metallic sort of smooth feel to them on the brush strokes. And that first one I took to 3 coats. The second one I showed you guys that green. I took that one to 2 coats. And this one, again, we're kind of switching it up a little bit so you guys can get an idea of how you can apply them. So dry time on all of these is very excellent, and I would attribute that to the very strong metallic feel on these. Now again, really going to caution you guys. You can see on this second coat here what I'm talking about. Don't overwork the polish. Just go in light on your brush strokes. Let it slowly even itself out, and you'll prevent any sort of streaking on your nails. Now this one I did take to 3 coats, and you can see it kind of gave me that stronger sort of plumping effect, especially because I have incredibly wide nails, but it's really going to depend. So up to your preference. And again, on the full hand shot, you are seeing a glossy top coat. And next we have Cozy Fire. This is described as a dark gray base with a red to copper to gold multi-chrome shimmer. So this is what I would consider more of one of those warm sort of multi-chromes in indoor lighting. This is going to have this dusky sort of reddish appearance against that grayish base. And at angles, I had no problem seeing a nice gold shift on this one. I'm going to make sure to show you guys my macro shots at the recap of the video when you guys see my extra swatches. That way you guys can get an idea of the color rolls for these. Some of them I would classify again more as being a duochrome, but overall these are quite glowy even when you're in dull indoor lighting. So again, on Cozy Fire, I'm taking this one up to 3 coats. I think it plumped it out really nice, but I think if you go in just a touch heavier, you might be able to get away with 2 coats. It's really going to depend on how you polish, sounding like a broken record here, but as long as you go in soft on those brush strokes, just to give you that nice even look, I think you'll be good to go. So again, 2 to 3 coats, and on the full hand shot here, you're seeing my glossy top coat. And finally, we have Movie Marathon. This is a dark gray base with green to copper to red multi-chrome shimmer. So another one that I would classify as a more earthy sort of multi-chrome effect. In indoor lighting, this one takes on more of a somewhat limey sort of green, quite vibrant, and I think the video is being a good representation of what I'm seeing in person. So quite green. Now this one I had no problem seeing that soft copper, but a somewhat brownish red shift to this one at angles. Again, I think you guys will see it really well on my macro shots in the recap. So this one, I went in just a touch heavier at 2 coats to show you guys that, again, soft brush strokes, make sure you don't get any streaking, but it's still plumped up really nice here too. So they all apply very, very similar. And the full hand shot here, you can see this is what it looks like in person. In indoor lighting, it's got more of this dusky sort of green effect. And last but not least, we've got the cream of the month. This is Just Peachy, is described as a pale peach cream. I wasn't so sure how I was gonna like this one, to be completely honest, when I opened up my package, but after I wore it, I was like, okay, I'm sold. This is such a pretty color. Definitely on the neutral nude side. I do agree it is one of those types of peaches that is just very, very light. So I would almost like describe this as being, say you have a big gallon of white paint and you took like a peach color pigment and you put like a drop into it. Very soft, but it does, in my opinion, have a lighter nude sort of color to it. I thought it popped really well against my skin tone, and it has a wonderful buttery smooth cream formula. Now this isn't as say heavy as her previous creams, but I think 2 coats is gonna be perfect for most. Now, all of these in this video will release April 23rd at 6 p.m. MDT. You can grab the full collection for $50 for the Rainy Days collection, and you can also grab them individually for $11 each. The cream of the month will be 8, and these are not limited, and the creams of the month typically stick around for a minimum of 3 months. So plenty of time to grab them if you're wanting them. I will link you guys below to Night Owl's shop if you want to check it out, and her Facebook fan group for additional swatches. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.